This is the voice of truth. What you got to do.
Pat Robertson heard about your talent and, you know, because he kind of recruited people for his network, which was CBN, right?
That's correct, Christian Broadcasting Network.
Which I watch all the time. Because he does, you know, that, oh, I think it's gone now. It's TBN now or something. I don't know what it's called now.
They changed the name of the school from Regent University, I'm sorry, CBN University to Regent University, Take the Place of God. As far as the network, I think it's still CBN Family Channel.
Oh.
Like Family Channel, CBN Network.
Well, anyways, I watch it because sometimes they have that Rabbi Jonathan Cahn on there, and he's good with the Bible. He makes a lot of mistakes, but he gets some good ones, especially when he talks about Ecclesiastes. He's good on that.
There's a whole reason why Robertson was tapping into the Jewish community, and it's kind of chilling.
What is it? So we'd all die, and they'd get a payoff for everything they're invested in?
The agenda.
They're all invested in nuclear weapons going off in Israel.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, everything's about that.
And yes, all yeses around. The agenda was to garner and get rabbis and others to encourage Jewish young people to return to Israel so they can be used as fodder in a war to start an Armageddon. That would accelerate what they call the return of Christ, which they were going to simulate. That's a mouthful. There it is, what I was whispering for.
Okay, I do want to talk about, I'm getting all
There's a lot there.
ADHD, but I get it. But I do want to talk about the simulation of Christ's return, which they were working on.
Yes. Operation
Bluebeam, I think it's called, and what they're really up to. Because none of them are godly men, are they?
Zero. In fact, Pat Robertson himself said in his Pat Robertson's perspective that he felt the evangelicals, which was his power base, were one of the dumbest demographics on the planet. So he's milking them. He's milking them for finance, support, and he'll use anybody. If you have shoemakers and they were apparently having influence, he would have been catering to the shoemakers.
It's a grift.
It is, totally 100%.
But what I like is that he was grooming you to be the face of, what was it?
The Christian Coalition. So Ralph Reed took my place, but I was being groomed.
He looks just like your Ralph Reed,
they want
in a way.
Blue eyes, dimples, smile, and the whole concept, Roseanne, was that the face, Robertson could work from behind, right? You'd be on set, I'd be on the 7 Club with him, and he'd be working with the face being what would draw people in, and specifically mentioned women. He said that women would look at me, and if I got caught in the news for doing something wrong for Robertson, they're supposed to say, quote, yes, he did wrong, but he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, they were getting mind-controlled women to be really subservient.
That was his target audience, women.
Yeah. Well, it always is. That's who has the money.
That's exactly what he showed.
They're widows.
Exactly.
They don't got no kids, or their kids can't stand them.
Women are supposed to tell the men to write the check to Robertson. Yeah.
That's how the world really works, huh?
Boy bands are like that for young girls.
They're the bait.
Yeah.
Yes,
but then the bait has its, shall we say, management team, PR folk that are some of the lowest life people in the world that abuse children sexually. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely right. And one of the foibles, or one of the problems that Robertson faced, is the arrogance that ensues. Their whole organization, the different ones on top are all very arrogant. They forget that those of us that are being used are very, very bright.
Yeah, and they don't think that you see them.
They don't. The arrogance cloaks that, blinds them.
You know what Torah says? It says arrogance and ignorance are the exact same thing, but they're just two sides of the same coin. One does not exist without the other.
That's brilliant.
And it's always where they are tripped up. When them two things, when they talk about intersectionality, that's their intersectionality that's taking them down right and left.
Exactly.
Because they're not for, talk about biting the hand that feeds you.
That's right. They also stumble with, they brag. One of the biggest things I've seen through these decades of doing this, like you have, is that they always end up bragging about what they got away with.
Yeah, they can't hold themselves back.
Can't.